have discussed exercise 4.3 up to first question. Now let us see here the second question. So here they have given here one figure. Based on this, you need to find the value of x, y and z. You need to find the value of x. Now let us see here what is given. They have given here AB is parallel to CD. What they have given here? AB is parallel to CD. And again, what else they have given? CD is parallel to EF. These two are given. Here, what they have given here? They have given here AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF. So, you know that if AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF, you can say that here AB is parallel to EF, right? From this, so what you can conclude here? You can conclude here AB is parallel to EF, right? Now, what else they have given here? And y is to z is equal to 3 is to 7. Now, what we need to find? You need to find the value of x. Okay, this is the question they have given here. Now, here you have to apply here the transversal concept, right? So let us see here how to apply and what is given. So here they have given here the ratio of y is to z. So you know that if you know the ratio of y and z, and if you know the total angle of y and z, you can calculate the value of y and x, right? So let us see here, based on that concept, let us solve this problem. Now here, what they have given here, AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF. From that, what we have concluded here, AB is parallel to EF. So here, if AB is parallel to EF, I am drawing here separately. This is AB and this is EF. If AB is parallel to EF, what we can say this one? We call this one as the transversal, right? And what are these angles? This angle they have given as x. And if you see, I have drawn this line, not the center line, EF, right? So if you see here, this angle they have given, right? So this is x and this is z. So what type of angles these are? You know that what are the angles? These are the alternate interior angles, right? And you know that if these two lines are parallel, the alternate interior angles is always equal. So from that, what you will get it here, x is equal to z. So based on this one, what we have concluded here, x is equal to z. That means the angle of x is equal to the angle of z. So write it here, go for the proof. So what you can write it here, x is equal to z. Why? Because the alternate interior angles are equal. Right? So this is our first condition, we got it here. Now let us see here the next one. Now I am taking here AB and CD. Again, what they have given here? The line AB is parallel to CD. This is AB and this is CD. Now let us draw here one transversal. So what are the angles we have known here? Which is nothing but angle x. And since we are talking about the line CD, what we know, which is nothing but angle y. Right? Now let us observe here what are these angles and what is the relationship between these two angles. You know that these are what? These are nothing but the interior angles, right? And again, these interior angles are lying on the same side of the transversal, right? This angle and this angle is lying on the same side of the transversal. And you know that what type of angles those are, which is nothing but co-interior angles. And you know that if the two lines are parallel, the interior angles that is lying on the same side of the transversal is always supplementary. That means if you add these two angles, you have to get the result which is equal to 180 degrees, right? since interior angles lying on the same side of transversal is supplementary. Right? So here, based on this diagram or based on this figure, we have concluded two results. What are those? Here, x and z, these are what? These are alternate interior angles, and you know that they are equal. So you got it here, x is equal to z. Similarly, if you consider these two lines, what are these angles? Co-interior angles. The sum of the co-interior angles is always equal to the 180 degrees. So again, we got it here, x plus y is equal to 180. Now, based on these two results, we are going to find the value of x. What we have to find? We need to find here the value of x. So let us see here how to find. So here you got it here z, x is equal to z, and you got it here x plus y is equal to 180 degrees. So in place of x, you can write it here z, right? So write it here, therefore y plus z is equal to 180 degrees. So just what I am doing here, in place of x I am writing here z. So what you will get it here, z plus y is equal to 180 degrees. Why? Why? Because since x is equal to z. And what they have given? They have given here the ratio of y is to z, which is nothing but 3 is to 7. Now you got it here what we have got first before. So what I have told while solving the question, I have told that here they have given here the ratio of y is to z, and if you can come to know the sum of the angles of y and z, you can calculate the value of x and y and z by taking the average. So you got it here, the ratio of y is to z is equal to 3 is to 7, and the sum of y plus z is equal to 180 degrees. So how do you find the value of y? Right? You know already this one. So how do you find the value of y? What is the ratio? 3 by what is the total sum? 3 plus 7, which is 10, into what is the total angle, which is nothing but 180. So if you solve, you will get the angle of y. And if you want to solve the value of angle of z, again what is the z ratio, which is 7, by what is the total, 3 plus 7, which is 10, into what is the total angle, which is 180 degrees. Just solve this so that you will get it here the value of y and z. And after that you can come to know what is the value of x. So here let us solve this one. This 0 will get cancelled. Now what is the value of 18 into 3, which is nothing but 54 degrees. Now again here this 0 will get cancelled. Now what is the value of 18 into 7? 7 8 is 56. Here we will get here 6 1. 7 1 is 7, which is nothing but 12. So you got it here the value of y and z. Now in the question what they asked to find the value of x. So you know that x plus y is equal to 180 degrees. This is the second equation we have already written here. So what is the value of y? Which is 54. Just substitute here so that you will get it here. X plus 54 is equal to 180. Now take this here. 54 to the side. It will become subtraction. Now you can do the simplification. So what you will get it here? 10 minus 4, which gives you 6, right? And here 7 will be there. What is the value of 7 minus 5, which is 2, and here we will get 1. So what is the value of x, which is nothing but 126 degrees. Like this, you have to solve this question. Again, what they have given here in the question, they have given here y is to z. The ratio of y and z they have given as 3 is to 7. So if you can come to know the sum of the angles of y and z, you can calculate the value of y so that you can calculate the value of x. So how you have calculated? Just after substituting these values, you got it here the value of x as 126 degrees. Now what they have given here? They have given here one figure. So let us draw that one first. This is a line figure they have given here. So let us read the question. In the adjacent figure, AB is parallel to CD. So what they have given here? They have given here AB is parallel to CD. And what else they have given? EF is perpendicular to CD. So what else they have given? EF is perpendicular to CD. And angle ZED is equal to 126 degrees. And what they have given? Angle GED is equal to 126 degrees. Right? This is the information they have given. So what you need to find? You need to find the angle AGE and similarly GEF and angle FGE. These three angles you need to find it. So let us see here what they have given here. AB is parallel to CD. That means here they have given here these two lines are parallel. Right? So if these two lines are parallel, you can observe here this one will become a transversal and this one will become the transversal. And again what they have given? EF is parallel to CD. Sorry, EF is perpendicular to CD. Perpendicular is nothing but the angle is 90 degrees. So here EF is perpendicular to CD. That means this angle is equal to 90 degrees. And after that, what else they have given? Angle GED is equal to 126 degrees. Where is angle ZED? This one. ZED. This total angle they have given as 126 degrees. Now, based on this, you need to find here angle AGE, angle GAF, and angle FGE. So, what we need to find the first one? Angle AGE. So let us see here what is that one. Angle AGE. Right? So which angle you need to find it here? This angle. The first one. Now let us see here what you can observe from this one. So here I am drawing again here separately. Here this is the line AB and here this is the line CD. Right? What they have given here? These two lines are parallel. So, if you draw a line such that these two lines are intersecting at two distinct points, that one we call it as a transversal. So, I am taking here this line. That means this line, which is nothing but ZE. Right? Now, what they have given here? They have given here this angle, which is nothing but 126 degrees. The same thing I have drawn here separately to understood. So, here they ask to find this angle. Can you find the relationship between these two angles and what is that? So here what they have given? They have given here AB is parallel to CD and they have given here angle ZED is equal to 126 degrees, which is nothing but angle ZED is equal to 126 degrees, and you need to find the angle AGE. AGE, this angle you need to find. So what are these angles? You know that these are alternate indirect angles, right? And you know that the alternate indirect angles are always equal if these two lines are parallel. So if this is 126 degrees, what should be this angle? Which is 126 degrees. So you can write it here. The right proof here. Clearly, angle GED is equal to angle AGE. Therefore, you can write it here angle AGE is equal to 126 degrees. Right? Just write the reason also. Since alternate interior angles are equal, right? Since the alternate interior angles are equal, you got it here, this angle as 126 degrees. Now let us see here the next one. What we need to find? You this angle. Only this angle. Right? So what you need to find? You need to find angle GEF. That means you need to find only this angle, only this part. So how do you find? What you know, based on that you need to find it. So you know that here this total angle is 126 degrees and this angle is 90. So if you subtract this total angle from this angle, you will get only this angle. Right? So if you want to find the angle GEF, what we need to do, you need to subtract 126 minus 120. Right? Understood? Here this total angle is 126 degrees and this angle is 90 degrees. And if you subtract this total angle from this angle, you will get this angle. Because if you add this one plus this one, you will get 126 degrees. So just you need to subtract this one. So write it here again clearly. So angle GEF. How you will get the angle GEF? Just you need to subtract angle GED minus angle FED. Right? What is angle GED? 126. And what is angle FED? Which is nothing but 90 degrees. So if you subtract, what you will get it here, which is nothing but 36 degrees. So what is angle GEF? Which is nothing but 36 degrees. Now let us see here the next one. What we need to find? We need to find here the angle FGE. So let us see here in this one, where is FGE? FGE. So you need to find this angle, right? So what you need to find the next one? Angle FGE. So what is that one? Which is nothing but FGE. So you need to find this angle. Now, which relation you need to apply here so that you can find this value? Already we have calculated here angle AGE is equal to 126 degrees, and you know that in a straight line the angle is 180 degrees. That means if you add this angle plus this angle, this total angle which is nothing but 180 degrees, and already you know this angle. So if you subtract 180 from 126, you will get this angle. Or otherwise, you can know that the linear pair, it is a linear pair, right? So you know that in a linear pair, the sum of the angles is equal to 180 degrees. Sum of the